Did you guys see that Meghan Markle is allegedly seething over the fact that she was not invited to Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding because she feels, allegedly, that she is more famous than the Kardashians and than the people that went there?
Sebastian, you read a tabloid headline and turned it into a narrative. No fact check, no context, no curiosity. Just recycled gossip, fake urgency, and performative slang masquerading as insight. The delivery? Chaotic, flailing hands, pitchy boos. Like you were auditioning to play a stereotype. That wasn't commentary. It was noise. The kind people scroll past with the sound off. Let's talk about your source, Radar Online. The same outlet sued by Tom Cruise for lying about his daughter. The same one that fabricated stories about Saint Angelina Jolie, then quietly retracted them. They're not journalism. They're gossip dressed up in legal disclaimers. So when you cite Radar Online like it's gospel, you don't just lose credibility, you reveal your standards. You weren't interested in truth. You were chasing spectacle, and you settled for the first headline that confirms your bias. That's not commentary. That's intellectual malpractice. If you'd pause for a second, you'd have realized this was never about Meghan. It was about engagement, clicks, views, attention. And it showed. Let's ask the obvious. Why would Meghan be seething over Jeff Bezos' wedding? She's a duchess, a founder, a global humanitarian. She's worked with the UN, met world leaders, and been profiled by Time, Variety, and Forbes. And you think she's pressed about a wedding filled with B-listers and real housewives? Bezos' wedding wasn't a cultural summit. It was a tacky spectacle. Meghan doesn't need to orbit performative prestige. She doesn't chase validation. She is validation. If you think she's seething, you never understood her. You know the tabloid version, the one engineered for outrage and monetized hate clicks. Not the strategist, not the builder, not the woman in control of her own narrative. And if you think that woman is crying over a non-invite, you're not exposing her. You're exposing you. And then, as if things couldn't get more unserious, you told that edible flower story. You recreated one of her cakes, used flowers you weren't even sure were edible, and served it to guests like it was a quirky anecdote. You thought it shaded her? It didn't. What you did was spotlight your irrelevance. You took something rooted in quality and craft and reduced it to a punchline about garnish. You used her as a prop and walked away thinking you looked clever.
This time it's some guy named Sebastian spouting off about Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, supposedly being all torn up over not getting an invite to Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's glitzy Venice wedding. Seriously, where does this dude get off? He's out here peddling rumors like they're hotcakes, claiming Meghan was reeling and seething over missing out on the A-list bash of the year. It's the kind of baseless gossip that makes you roll your eyes so hard they might get stuck. Let's break down why Sebastian's so-called insider scoop is nothing but hot air. Why his desperate grab for attention is pathetic, and why Harry and Meghan are thriving despite the haters, all while keeping it real and rooting for the Sussexes. First off, let's set the scene. Jeff Bezos, Amazon's big shot, and Lauren Sanchez, his now wife, threw a lavish wedding in Venice, Italy in June 2025. We're talking a multi-million-dollar extravaganza with a guest list packed with Hollywood heavyweights like Oprah Winfrey, Leonardo DiCaprio, and the Kardashian-Jenner crew. It was a star-studded affair, no doubt, with water taxis zipping celebs around Venice's canals, and paparazzi tripping over themselves to snap a shot. But according to Sebastian, whoever this guy is, probably some wannabe gossip columnist chasing clout, Meghan was supposedly beside herself, clutching her pearls because she and Harry didn't make the cut. He's out here painting her as some jealous diva who's desperate to rub elbows with the elite, claiming she's more famous and important than the likes of the Kardashians, and is now spiraling because her Hollywood star is fading. Give me a break. Where's he getting this? Did he overhear it at a coffee shop? Dream it up after one too many energy drinks? It's pure fiction, and it's time to call it what it is. Rubbish. Let's be real. Sebastian's source is probably as legit as a $3 bill. The guy's got no receipts, no evidence, just a big mouth and a knack for stirring the pot. His whole shtick screams of someone desperate for validation, the kind of person who'd rather throw shade than shine a light on anything real. He's not breaking news. He's breaking wind, spewing nonsense to get clicks and attention. This isn't journalism, it's a one-man circus, and he's the ringmaster of rumors. The idea that Meghan, who's been building her own empire with grace and grit, is sitting around crying over a wedding invite is laughable. Does Sebastian even know who she is? This is a woman who's faced down royal drama, media harassment and public scrutiny with a smile, all while raising 2 kids and running a foundation that's making waves. She's not sweating some guest list snub, she's too busy living her best life. So why's Sebastian out here claiming Meghan's reeling over not being at Bezos' wedding? Probably because honestly, it's an easy way to get attention. The guy's clearly got a thing for drama, and nothing screams click me like a story about Meghan being jealous or left out. He's banking on the public's weird obsession with pitting successful women against each other, like Meghan and Lauren Sanchez are in some kind of high school popularity contest. Newsflash, Sebastian. Meghan's not competing with anyone. She's not sitting in Montecito, scrolling through wedding pics and crying into her coffee. She's busy building a brand, raising Archie and Lilibet and supporting causes that matter. The idea that she's jealous of Sanchez, who by the way is living her own fabulous life, comes straight from the gossip gutter. It's the kind of lazy narrative that thrives on tearing down strong women instead of celebrating them. And let's not forget the double standards. The media loves to paint Meghan as some fame-hungry diva, but when other celebs jet off to Venice for a billionaire's wedding, it's just glamorous. Nobody's calling Kim Kardashian reeling for not getting a +1 to every event, or saying Oprah's star is fading because she didn't make some other guest list. But Meghan? She's fair game apparently, for every wannabe pundit like Sebastian who needs a headline to stay relevant. It's not just annoying, it's exhausting, and it's rooted in the same old tired tropes of racism and misogyny that have followed her since she entered the royal spotlight. The woman can't catch a break, whether she's launching a business or just trying to live her life. The woman can't catch a break, whether she's launching a business or just trying to live her life. What's really wild is how Sebastian's rumors don't even hold up under scrutiny. He claims Meghan's desperate to cement her status in Hollywood's elite circles. But let's look at the facts. She and Harry have a multi-million-dollar Netflix deal, a podcast that's sparking conversations, and a lifestyle brand that's already got people talking. They're rubbing shoulders with the likes of Serena Williams and Ellen DeGeneres, not to mention their work with global charities. If anyone's got star power, it's them. The idea that they're drifting from Hollywood's core scene is pure fantasy. Last I checked, Hollywood's begging to work with them, not the other way around. Sebastian's out here acting like Meghan's calling up A-listers and getting ghosted. But the reality? She's got too much on her plate to worry about some wedding she wasn't invited to. And let's talk about that wedding for a hot minute. Sure, it was a big deal. Venice canals, A-list guests, a $50 million price tag. But it also sparked protests from locals fed up with over-tourism and billionaires turning their city into a playground. If Meghan and Harry didn't show up, maybe they were just being smart, staying out of a PR minefield. Or maybe, just maybe, they had better things to do, like parenting their kids or working on their next big project. Either way, it's not a snub worth crying over, it's just a party they didn't attend. Sebastian's trying to spin it into some grand rejection, but the truth is, Meghan and Harry don't need a gilded invite to prove their worth. They're already killing it. Sebastian's nonsense isn't just about one wedding, it's part of a bigger pattern of media types trying to tear down Harry and Meghan to boost their own egos. He's not reporting facts, he's chasing clout, hoping his hot takes will get him the recognition he so clearly craves. But here's the thing, the public's not as gullible as he thinks. People see through the lies and they're rooting for the Sussexes. Meghan's fans are hyping her up for her authenticity, her hustle and her heart. Harry's getting love for his vulnerability and his work with veterans. They're not fading, they're shining brighter than ever. In the end, Sebastian's just another loudmouth trying to make a name for himself by dragging down 2 people who've already been through enough. His Meghan's reeling narrative is a tired rehash of the same old tabloid playbook. Make her look desperate, make her look small. But Meghan and Harry are bigger than that. They're building a legacy of compassion, resilience, and real impact, and no amount of gossip can change that. So Sebastian, take a seat. Your rumors are trash, and the Sussexes are too busy thriving to care. Keep ranting for your 5 minutes of fame. The rest of us are over here cheering for Harry and Meghan, who are proving every day that they don't need anyone's validation to shine.